if you're just amazed at why I am in the dark, believe me, let's have faith together. I'm gonna have light soon, but this shouldn't stop this conversation. Just a few minutes before 8 p.m., Power Holding took the light, which is Nigeria's power company. And trust me, where I live, we have constant light. We usually don't use the generator. I don't have the generator set up for alternative power. And I'm like, should I postpone this? But how will I go around to tell you guys that I have to postpone this? No way. And I'm like, let's do this. So while we are at this, the power might actually just come. Okay. So don't worry that you're not seeing me. I know you will see me before the chat ends. Okay. So I'm with my note here and I'm prepared. Why not? Even though, because I can't see myself, I really can't tell how this video is panning out. But of course, you can hear me, and that's what is very, very important. Welcome to all you League of Extraordinary Men, because that's what I call you in the Men Code movement, and your women, and your love life, and everybody listening in today. If you're a woman listening in, kisses from here. Thank you for joining. This is International Men's Day, and we should give it up to the men. Yay! I'll play local drum for you guys. Okay, so this is a beautiful opportunity to just discuss, have a conversation, talk about the things that really matter. I like the fact that this year's International Men's Day is focused on health, because see, Omo, I have talked about this health thing a whole lot. Let me even start from the beginning. If today is your first time of joining or ever hearing my voice or knowing about this movement, I want to welcome you, especially because you came at the right time. Trust me. This movement started or birthed in 2012. Yes, you heard me, 12 years ago. As a small BlackBerry phone, or what they call it, BlackBerry group back in 2012. And it was just me and 48 whole men, men from all walks of life who joined that group, who believed in what I had to bring. I just wanted to learn and just give my 2 cents to wherever men were struggling, especially when it comes to their relationship with their women. And 48 men joined that movement, and we just used to have conversations. I used to tell them if they're on the crossroad with their spouses or their girlfriends, I would chip in my advice when they ask. It was just a feel all right group. And that was because I had such a passion for when I was a teenager that I wanted to do something different. Not because I wanted to compete with anybody. I wanted to compete with myself. I wanted to be able to express myself without boundaries. At that time, I was single. I was just a young woman in my early 30s. Right? Yeah. I was in my early 30s at that time. And, beyond all of the question of, what makes you think men will listen to you? Why are you doing this? I didn't listen to all of those things, and I started. And trust me, it was one of the most phenomenal things I've ever done, because it was my first time stepping out. And of course, I had other sort of mentors here and there. I had a pastor called Pastor Edwin Bayobo. He was also I think he still is very big on educating men on how to take care of themselves. And I met him at that time. The gospel he was giving was the kind of thing I was also noticing as a woman and saying, no, men need to do better in this aspect. And mostly part of what it was health. Have you discovered that a lot of men, you hardly go to the hospital, for instance, and find a man just coming to do a checkup. Like, I just want to check my body. I'm not sick. I just want to be sure everything is fine. It's very, very rare. And see, let me tell you the truth. The first time I heard a friend of mine as well, who was like my church member, say that he went for general checkup, I was like, Anika, you're really different. Like, you're really, really different. Most times, sadly, when you see a man in a hospital, best believe he was wheeled in or brought in almost gone. And it has become an emergency. And guys, when I saw that this year's International Men's Day was focusing on health, I said, there's no way I'm not going to come here for us to discuss. And I have 10 different areas I want us to discuss this tonight. So if you're logging in, let me know where you're watching from, country, city, and I'll be giving you the shout out right here as I teach and as I discuss. And of course, if you don't drop your comments, I'm not going to know what's on your mind, or whether you're enjoying this or not. So let's make this interactive. Just don't leave your girl hanging out there alone, okay? Okay. Shrek, welcome to the group. Welcome to the live stream. I'm really excited. So happy International Men's Day. And today is all about celebrating you, your strength, your resilience, your value to the world, which I think that sometimes you really don't understand, or you understand it a bit, but you don't really get it. We'll get into all of that and why I said so. It's also a time for us to reflect on something that we often overlook, like I said, which is your health and your happiness. See, those two are very important to me, for you. Trust me. Now, this session is not just a discussion, it's a conversation for you. For you, as the man who works so hard, to keep everybody happy, you love deeply, you want to keep your circle secure, safe, you want to provide for them. And for that man who carries a lot of responsibilities, this is the session for you. Today, we're going to talk about why putting your health and happiness first isn't selfish at all. I think that sometimes you guys think it's selfish, you shouldn't put yourself first. It's not selfish at all. If at all, it's very powerful. Very, very powerful, and we're going to talk about all of that. This conversation is about you thriving, about you being happy, so that everyone around you too can thrive. Yeah, yeah. Now stick with me to the end of this live stream. I see, guys. Let's chill. Okay, chill with me for the next hour. Let's unpack these 10 key highlights about prioritizing your health and happiness. And of course, I'll be taking questions as well as you pop it in, or whatever is in your mind. Drop in the comment section. I'm going to be addressing them as I go. Now, since today, when I put up the Happy International Men's Day on this channel and also on all my social media pages, every other person I knew also started posting it within my network. And a lot of conversations have been going on. So, but I want you to stay to the end. Let's share this together and all that. Don't forget to drop your thoughts as well. Now, these are the 10 highlights I want us to discuss. Let's start from what the Men Code movement is about, what the foundation is about. At the Men Code, we actually focus on teaching how you as a man should live with purpose, with strength and balance. And this comes from, first of all, loving yourself. Yes, if you haven't gotten our Men Code movement, what I call our constitution, you should get it. I'll drop the link for you to download yours and read up after this session. Okay, you need it. When you go through it, you understand where we are coming from. We've come a long way in 12 years doing this. Okay, even though the Men Code movement started fully in 2016, where we had our Facebook page and then later this YouTube channel, and took it really virtual. We had live. We've also had about 3 physical conferences in Abuja in Nigeria back in the years that between 2016 and 2019. And much more you'll find out as we go. Please, I want you to like this live stream, subscribe to this channel so that you can get all the scoop about the Men Code movement, okay? Now, let me tell you that when you take care of yourself, you're able to better handle the things that you're really aspiring to, especially challenges, because life is full of challenges, okay? Even the challenges, you're able to handle them with better clarity and confidence. So taking care of yourself health-wise is so, so, so important, guys. Guys, it's so, so important. Think of it this way. You wouldn't run your car even for a month or 2 without servicing or without maintenance. So why do you let yourself go without being checked out medically? Why? A strong man is not muscles and all. Is a healthy man. For you to be a strong man, you're healthy, right? Remember to drop in the comment section so that I can see your name and where you're watching from, okay? Now, that's the foundation of what we do at the Men Code movement. Now, there's a reason why I said you need to prioritize your health and happiness, because your joy is something you deserve. I think that nobody tells men this enough, that you deserve love, you deserve joy, you deserve to be happy. Not just responsibility. It's not just responsibility that you deserve joy. You do. See, you are first a human being before you are a male. I mean, if you've been on this channel, you would have heard me say this. This is almost turning into a mantra at this point. You are first of all a human being before you are male. In fact, the way I say it is you're first of all human before you are male. So you deserve joy. Very often in society, we see you guys as, providers and protectors, and then that shapes your thought about who you are. You just think of yourself as that narrow, from that narrow perspective. But you're a human being first. You deserve joy. You deserve to be happy. As my brother said something today when we were talking about this men thing, my third brother, he was like, men don't just want peace, we need peace. And I said, oh, yeah, of course. You need peace. And the little things that make life sweet, you deserve them. So prioritizing your happiness, making sure that you put yourself first, making sure you know when to say no, making sure you know when to rest, making sure you know when, oh, I can afford it, when to say that, and not feeling a little bit less secure. It's okay. It's not weakness. It's actually wisdom. Yeah. Now, at this point, I want you to do something. Whether you're using okay, maybe you should get if you have another device, fine, you can use to write, but if not, you can get a pen and paper and just write down 3 things that make you the most happy. Okay, write down the 3 things that make you the most happy, and then answer also to yourself, how can you work on those 3 things this week? I mean, work them into your routine. Make sure that you do them. Did you get a question? Write down the 3 top things that make you happy and how to incorporate them into your daily routine this week. I mean, this week still has a few more days to go to even to the weekend. How do you make sure that these 3 things are incorporated in your routine every day? Because if you are running low on fuel on the things that make you the happiest, the things that make you come alive, you won't be able to give of your best even to other people that you're trying to impress and serve, right? You're a human being first. So we have looked at the foundation of what we are about in the Men Code movement briefly. We have also talked about the fact that you deserve love and joy and not just responsibility. The next thing is, see, mental health is the most powerful aspect of your health because it affects every other thing. Let me even break this stigma. Let's do it together. Strong men are those men that are able to talk about their feelings. Yes, yes. If you are still at the point where you hold up your feelings, you don't want to show that you don't have, you can't say no, you can't say, oh, I'm not happy about this. It means you can't create boundaries. You can't say, no, I'm tired at this point. You just can't be human. You try to dampen down your humanity, then you are actually weak. I'm sorry to break this news to you, but it's the truth because right here, we want the best for you. Strong men are the men that talk about their feelings, bottling up stress, fear, the fact that you're sad. It doesn't make you stronger. It doesn't. Instead, it wears you down, it erodes your mental health, and then it turns you into who you are not supposed to be. So, making your mental health a priority is, in fact, where your life is dependent on. Like your life actually depends on your mental health. See, it breaks my heart all the time, guys and ladies. Whenever I walk the streets, I look at most of the people who are homeless on the road, who are insane. Of course, some governments are not even giving opportunities to cater for such people's mental health. Young boys, just yesterday, as we're about to come home, I and my husband, we saw a very young boy. That boy is not more than 8 years old with a bucket. There's this bucket they used to sell stuff. Nothing was inside though. The boy was just lying down, almost dead. Only for us to find out that he almost fainted. So he just decided to take a rest. That was because we had parked our car under a shade. And I began to think of what an average man, right there, that's the boy, but that's the man in the making. And the amount of stress and burden that he has to bear even as a child, and who he's likely to become as a man. Yeah. So prioritizing your mental health like your life depends on it. Prioritize it like your life depends on it because it does. It does. Right? So let's look at the 4th thing. Now, physically, you are who you are physically or rather, your physical attribute is what you look at mostly as your masculinity or your masculine energy. Any man who is in good physical health, which is why I said always go for checkup, right? You have more energy, right? You have more focus. You can stay the course on anything you start. Yeah. And you have stamina. You can walk out, you can carry heavy things, you can help along, you can just be the hero, okay? Because I know it makes you feel good, okay? But that's the truth. It's only when you are physically strong that your masculine energy can be seen. So, simple things like regularly exercising, eating balanced meals. See, let me talk a little bit about eating balanced meals. If you're a man who, for one reason or the other, do not know how to cook your own meals, especially if you're single, because of course this channel is mostly for singles and newly married people. Of course, married people also, for how many years can of course also benefit. We have over 200 videos here addressing different aspects of life, and we haven't even started. We just got started even. Okay. Now, if you're somebody who cannot cook your own meal, it means that you're very dependent on meals made away outside from you. I mean, other people are making. You might need to also use this new year, to begin to learn simple recipes that, especially for things you'd really love to eat or you really love to eat often, learn to make them yourselves. You will see the improvement on your physical health. Trust me. You will see the improvement on your physical health. And if you're married, then it's a good place. You already have the equipment. So, you and your wife should, work up some recipes together. Just enjoy yourself being at home and making the kind of meals you love. You'll find out that it gives you a different phase of healthy living and healthy eating. Okay. Also, like I said, I've said that before, your routine checkups medically is very important. These three things, as easy as they look, exercising, eating well, and going for regular checkups, can change your entire world. It can also change how you show up in your world, how you carry yourself, how you fit into your clothes. When those apps are, on point. I wish you guys can see me really, but don't worry. Okay. It shows, oh my gosh, it determines everything. Your physical health is so important as well as your mental health. Remember, I said again in the other point that mental health, of course, I mean, if somebody is not in a good state, the person is depressed, the person is not going to be thinking about how he's showing up. You know what I mean? So, yeah, so you know how to keep things where they should be. When it comes to your masculine energy and all of that, I know you want to appear strong, you want to appear dependable and all of that, but you can't be there for your loved ones if your body is breaking down, if you're actually sick, if you wake up tired, if you wake up you can't work, if your mind is not even agree with your body to do certain normal functions. So think about your health in a long term. Very, very important. It's not about now. If you're abusing drugs, if you're taking certain kinds of foods that are not good for you, like and you think or you feel helpless about stopping or about changing those habits, the truth is that you can. I bring you good news. You can. You have the mental fortitude. You have the strength and the stamina to say no. I don't want this anymore. It all depends on your will. Anytime you say I'm going to stop this, you're going to stop it. Trust me, you have such power. So your health is a gift to yourself and for those you love. Taking care of your physical health cannot be gainsaid. It can't. Now let's look at another point, which is the fifth one now. I know you're going to say, hey, I know you say, but your financial health is very important, especially for your peace of mind. See, let me break it down to you. Sadly, that's always the one everybody talk about, like a man has to have some money and all that. But see, everybody's making money in today's time and age, right? Everybody, male, female. But the truth is, when you have money, you have peace of mind because you can make options. You can decide certain things you want or you don't want. You will not be able to be someone that people can push around in that sense, not even women. Okay. And that's not to say that you become arrogant or all of that, but it just gives you better mind space. Financial stress can drain your happiness. I know that sometimes that's where you focus on. Like, it can drain your happiness. It can make you feel like You know all those feelings. Okay, you know all those feelings. So prioritizing your financial planning, budgeting, building your wealth, all of those things are not just consultations and training models, they are for real. Like those are things you have to take very, very seriously going forward. And remember, we're talking about your health and happiness here, and these are the 10 points unpacking tonight. The fifth one I said financial health for your peace of mind. You need wealth for yourself. See, first, it's yourself first. Every of this thing we're talking about tonight is for yourself first. Because I want you to be happy, I don't want anything that will drain your happiness. Yeah. So learn to plan your money, learn to make budgets and stick to them, learn to discipline yourself about what should be priority or not. Look at your investment portfolio. If you don't have, begin to build one. Building wealth is not overnight, it's compounding effect. Okay, you need this because you need peace of mind on the long run, for now and on the long run. Now let me even ask you a simple question. Are you investing right now? Are you investing for the future? I bet you, whether your answer is yes or no, a simple savings plan. I use Piggyvest in Nigeria. If you're not in Nigeria, I'm sure there are fintech apps you can actually use to budget, to plan, to safeguard money, so that you don't spend them, that you can plug into. If you have one and you've not been using them, please take them seriously. A simple savings plan can free your mind from financial worries for the future. Trust me. Now we are wrapping up in an old year and a new year is coming. This is the best opportunity to begin to prioritize your financial health. Okay, now let's go to the sixth part of this. This one. Just some days ago, some people were talking about this and say, oh no, a man cannot rest. Rest is productive. Yes, rest is very productive. Men, listen. Resting is not laziness. God, how do I say this so that you understand? Taking off time or taking a whole day to shut down, put off your phone and just be in bed or read a book or just relax and don't think about the conventional things is not you being lazy. It's actually you being productive, because that is you refiring. You get what I mean? Is you refiring to say, I don't want to go there. I want to prioritize everything that I do. Rest is productive. Please learn to sleep at least for 7 hours every day. The days of phones and notifications and all that have robbed some of us of sleep. If you have an issue with insomnia, please see a doctor and get the best care. Prioritize yourself. We have overlooked these problems for a long time. This is me appealing to you and being your conscience and saying, prioritize yourself. Oh my God, I'm off record. I'm kind of happy that I started this stream, because look at it. I didn't believe I'll go this far and power is not yet restored. Oh my gosh. But I'm happy that we are doing this. Okay, so I was talking about rest. Rest includes you sleeping, like I said, 7 hours, minimum is cool. Sometimes also have a downtime, like I said. Put off your phone sometimes for a whole day. Get off work for a whole day or a whole weekend or a whole week. Just think of nothing apart from just resting. Call it lazing around is fine. Yeah? Vacations are not for women. Girls trips. I hardly hear about men's trips. Why? Okay, I've heard about it once. Some Nollywood guys went on a men's trip, recently, so some months ago. And I felt that was so applaudable. Vacations are not for women and children alone. Medical help is not for women and children alone. These are the productive things you should do to recharge, because there are battles ahead. There are always battles. These are things you use for it. See, if you just keep running a battery and it runs down and you keep wanting it to work, what happens? It becomes a battery that needs to be flung out. Don't be that man, and don't do it because of other people. Do it for yourself. Don't join the bandwagon of people who are always talking about, it's lazy men that sleep. You shouldn't sleep more than 3 hours as a purpose. Don't join that bandwagon, I beg you. I'm 44, female, mom, wife. I can tell you the truth. Okay, don't glorify burnout in any way. Glorify your life having balance, your mental health being prioritized, your physical health being prioritized, your financial life being prioritized. Do you understand? Have balance. Don't join the people who are talking about, keep going, keep going, keep going. Don't do it. It doesn't make you a better man in any way. Okay, now let's look at what I would say is the seventh aspect of this. You need to, you might need to change your clique of friends and associates. Some of you, the people you even need to change are like people in your Christian community, your pastors, the kind of people you pull with. You have pretended enough. You have pretended enough, like they are adding value to you, but you know that they are killing you. They are not in your wavelength. You need to change your circle. You need to make sure that your circle is made up of people who want your best in that sense. Change your circle. Make sure you have very meaningful connections. Okay? Make sure you have very meaningful connections. Let your network and relationships be strong, be supportive, be prioritize you. Your relationships matter. And I don't mean relationship about women, your exes and all that, on all those no, no, no. Don't enter the arms of a woman that you know will make you slip away. Have strong bonds with friends that have your same value system. Have strong bonds with your family. Be accountable to your spouse. Be accountable to your children. Don't be the kind of man that is, oh, I don't know when that is going to come back. I don't know this travel he went to, we are not sure when he's going to come back. Don't be that kind of man. And also be somebody who prioritizes your partner. Whoever she is, whatever level of that relationship you guys are, whether girlfriend, fiance, courtship, married, prioritize her as your number one friend and confidant. Most men lose out on life on this. Like they get married, but they're still single and they're struggling alone. Don't let that be you, please. Don't ever isolate yourself. Make sure that you can connect with people who get you. Connect, communicate, speak about the things that bother you. Speak about the things you want. Speak about the things you don't want. Create memories. That's what we take away from here at the end of the day. Create memories. Don't be those kind of people that don't go and live in their workplaces. Instead, they say, pay me the money. No, get away. Go to a new country. Go to a new city. Explore your country. Rest with your clique of friends. Have friends who prioritize you as much as you prioritize them. Don't be the only one giving to maintain the relationship. Be in a relationship where they got your back. As an encouragement to you, call your friends, especially the ones you haven't spoken to in months. Call them after this conversation, okay? And just check up on them. The world is going through a lot economically, and socially and in every way. Check up on them. Sometimes happiness is as simple as having a good laugh over the phone or in real life with that brother, with that friend. Okay? Now, the eighth aspect of this I want us to look at that is because of your gender, because of your role, because of your personality, just because of who you are somebody that I need to tell you, everybody else is looking up to you. Even the most powerful women around you, they're looking up to you. And God gave you this responsibility so you can do it. So you have to lead by example. That's my number 8 point. Lead by example. And that starts with leading yourself first. Lead yourself first. Oh, I wish I can transfer what is in my head to you guys. If you see how I'm talking, I just feel this very strong connection. Like, prioritize yourself, lead yourself. But if you promise yourself that you're going to get to work at a certain time, or you're going to wake up at a certain time, you're going to pray at a certain time, you're going to lead your family in a meeting at a certain time, please make sure you do them. It will make you trust yourself better and it will help you achieve more. When you prioritize your health, you will see that you will inspire other people. You see what I mean? Prioritizing your health and happiness will help you inspire other people. They will look at you, your children, your spouse, your colleagues, your family, your parents, even they will look up to you. They will look at you and want to draw inspiration and want to be like you. They won't be if you do a certain thing a certain way, they will soon begin to do it that way. Why? Because your well-being has become their legacy. Your well-being has become their legacy. They see the way you take yourself as a priority, leading by example. They will follow so that we can raise more men. If you already have a son, he's looking up to you. If you show that a man can be sick and not go to hospital, not prioritize their health, your son is thinking that that's how to be male, and that's a wrong example. Yeah? Be the man who shows others how to live with strength, balance, and joy. Your health is important. Now, let's look at number 9. Um, okay, let me put it this way. Number 9 is redefining masculinity. Except you live under the rock, which I know you don't, you will notice that masculinity or even what femininity has become has really changed from the 80s and the 90s and the 70s and all that. It has changed. So as we redefine masculinity, workplaces have changed, roles has changed, but somehow it feels almost as if a lot of men, especially in Africa, like most men here didn't get the memo. Like they are still struggling to come to terms with the fact that who their father used to be or what their father used to do is no longer the template. You know, yeah. Can I have some light? Thank you. I started seeing my face. Okay, guys, can you people see me? Can you people see me? I have like a tab that is showing me light. My husband brought for me. Okay, so masculinity has changed. That's what I'm trying to say. And this is so important. I don't even know for how long I'm going. Okay, I think I need to be tapping the screen to keep it on. So masculinity is evolving, it's changing. A man's role and how a man is expected to behave in 1980 is no longer. I said it. This thing has gone off. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys, let me not allow these distractors. So who a man used to be has changed and it keeps changing. And it's time for you to embrace the new definition of masculinity. Embrace it. Be happy about it. Walk your way around it and be happy. Don't be struggling for things that you shouldn't be struggling about anymore. People don't expect certain things from men right now, or women are more supportive. Why some men are still saying, no, don't support me, for instance, don't support me, and they want to carry the burden of the family on their head, which is not right. A real man takes care of himself emotionally, physically, spiritually, everywhere. And that's strength in today's masculinity. Maybe in those days, men were, they used to live anyhow, they don't take care of themselves, they just don't prioritize themselves. And we saw that as masculinity, but that has changed. Men are taking better care of themselves now. And the women in their lives are sponsoring that as well. So don't be frigid, don't be stuck in the old ways, just because you are feeling insecure, you're feeling like you are not meeting up with the standards. There are no standards. The standards are the ones you create for yourself. As long as you're not doing anything wrong, be proud in your masculinity. Now, everybody might be saying, what is even masculinity? So you have to redefine what masculinity means to you. What does it mean to you? Let's redefine it together in the comment section. What does masculinity mean to you? When you hear masculinity, what comes to your mind? What is the expectation of masculinity in that sense? Now, number 10, which is the final point before we wrap up. I still have many things to say. Okay, so hold on. Now, let's talk about why. Or I don't want to use the word consequence. Okay, let me say the ripple effect of happiness. When you eventually achieve this balance of happiness and health, because health is our anchor, right? Let's look at, let's deliberate a little bit about who you will be when you have achieved this balance with your health and happiness. When you are happy, do you know what happens? every other person around you will become happy, because happiness is contagious. You can contract it. It's like a virus, a good one now. So when you're healthy and you're happy, your loved ones will generally feed off your that energy. Yeah, your loved ones, those around you at work, your community, everybody benefits because they can see what you're doing, they are learning from you, and they are happy together because you're happy. So prioritizing your health and your happiness creates that ripple effect that changes lives. So if you're somebody that have been wondering, okay, how do I do for people to appreciate this? How do I make more impact? Focus, zoom in on yourself, zoom in on your health, zoom in on your happiness. It's not selfish, it's powerful. Trust me. So we have discussed, the foundation of the men code, the mental and physical health, why you need to rest, okay, and why you should zoom in on your relationships and make sure that they're empowering. And also, we have redefined masculinity. Which of these points stood out to you the most? Tell me in the comment section, okay? Now, I encourage you to take one step every day towards your health and your happiness. If you need to call up a doctor to book an appointment, and that's the first step, please do it. When you see the doctor, take the recommendations and put them to work. Put them as goals that you want to achieve and see your life turn around. Health and happiness cannot be done without. Gentlemen, you matter. You are strong, you are capable, and you're deserving of a life that is filled with health, happiness, and purpose. Happy International Men's Day. I'll be looking out for your comments in the comment section. Okay, and I'll respond to everyone, and I look forward to having more interactions even before and even afterwards. Let me know what you think, and we'll take it from there. So let's wrap up. Yeah, can you see me? Yeah, the power didn't come back, but this is now phone light. Can you see me now? So as we wrap up, I told you that you're going to see my face before we wrap up. So that's it. Thank you so much for joining this live. I'm super excited that we could share. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And again, today the world celebrated you, and we keep celebrating you every day because we can't do without you. That's the truth. So take time to watch most of the videos that speak to your challenges in this channel. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Like this live video. Send it and share to someone that will benefit. If you know a man who is depressed, to go through the playlist on this channel, you're going to find something for somebody, for your brother, for your friends who are struggling in an area. Send them the link of the videos that matter to them. Take your time to go through the catalog, and you'll be saving a lot of lives. Remember, in the men code, you prioritize you. Okay? All right. Good night from Nigeria. Catch you in the comment section right now. I'll be reading and I'll be commenting. All right? Bye.